Hey guys, it's Rose Moulet, and before the video starts, I just wanted to say something. I've said in the past that I had receipts. I was saving them for this video because I know going into this, a lot of people are going to be skeptical of me. However, some of these messages that Kyle C has sent to me prove to you just the kind of person that he is. Hopefully you'll see why he's lying about our situation. This is just one of the hundreds of emails I've received from Kyle C of him acting manipulative towards me. December 18th, 2018. Listen carefully. Read this email ASAP. Kyle C's very last request. If you care at all about our friendship, then please work on my song as soon as you can. I promise I will provide more context. On with the video. Dear Tom, Christina, and your Mom's House podcast team, it has come to my attention that someone by the name of Rose Moulet has been claiming to be my official producer. I just want to make it clear that this is completely false. Hello guys, it's Rose Moulet, and it has come to my attention that my former friend Kyle C has just been featured on the Your Mom's House podcast. Now this is a pretty popular podcast, and when he first told me the news, I was excited for him. And the first thing I did was I left a comment congratulating him. The comment didn't get any likes and it went pretty much unnoticed, but in this comment, I claimed that I was Kyle C's producer. A claim that he vehemently is against. Today, I'm going to expose why he is lying to you. And I feel like I have to defend myself because the podcast keeps playing his song. What is it? It's been 3 podcasts now where they featured either his song or remixes of his song. His video keeps getting more attention, and when you go to the original video, the pinned comment is all about me.
I once went to see a doctor with my mom.
And it's ridiculous because it's almost like he is trying to make this into a thing. Now he admits in this comment that I have auto-tuned music for him in the past, but he says that I've never produced his music. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to prove to you that I in fact have, and I had to dig through my computer to find these, but here are a few examples of times where I have produced his songs and they were never released. And this was back in 2017, 2018.
It was a time of loneliness when I didn't know what to do with myself. Not only couldn't he get laid, but he couldn't become a self-made man. I am a very sexual person. I am a very sexual. So let's stop saying. I take a dose of Kyle C. I take a dose of Kyle C. I take a dose of Kyle C. And get cured. I'm sorry, but you just started getting to know me. How could you possibly want to have sex with me?
This is completely false.
I've been working with this guy for years. So for him to claim that, yeah, I never produced for him is just a blatant lie. We have a song called Fly Away that I've wanted to release, but I haven't been able to due to technical difficulties. He also says that all of his content is 100% original and he writes and composes and sings all of his songs. And here's the thing I don't get. I never claimed to write his songs. I never claimed to compose them. I never claimed to sing them. The only thing I do is I auto-tune your songs and I occasionally make instrumentals. It's funny because you do this whole thing where you say, producers, please email me. And for years, nobody emailed you. And I was like the one person who did. It is kind of weird that you're treating me like this. What happened was I sang you my instrumentals and you just weren't happy with them. You refused them. The thing is, beggars can't be choosers. If I make 3 songs for you and you don't release a single one of those, and I'm doing all of this for free in my own time, I'm not obligated to keep making songs for you. Kyle C's gotten really mad at me recently because I've told him like since last year, I'm in college now. I don't have the time that I used to. In addition to auto-tuning his music, for a span period of at least a few months, Kyle C didn't have like Windows Movie Maker or video editing software. So basically I had to take the songs, the MP3s, and the pictures, and I had to put them into a video format. It was simple for me to do, but it was a bit tedious since I had to do it for every upload. And I wasn't really getting anything in return. Now I was doing this because Kyle C was my friend. I thought his music was funny and I thought this guy was really underrated. And I'm glad to know that more people now feel the same way. Because when someone gets a lot of attention, I feel like there's this unconscious bias to just believe everything that Kyle C says. I haven't really gotten an opportunity to make a long form video to really defend myself from these claims. And it's my hope that the podcast will feature this video because I think it's only fair. It's funny that Kyle C is going out of his way to say that I'm not his producer when he's said in the past that I am his producer, because for 2 years, I was the only person producing his music. Now it is true that there was 2 other people who did one-time things. But the difference between me and them is, one person made fan edits, the other person did one song of his. Whereas I've sent hundreds of emails to Kyle C. So for him to act like I just auto-tuned a few songs is a blatant lie, and he's using this to try to deceive you guys. And I know that sounds like a big claim, but when I confront Kyle C about this, he doesn't respond by proving me wrong. He responds by sending people a completely unrelated video about my drama with Nate is lame. And basically his thing is, see, this is the person we're talking about. You know, she messed up here, so that means she can't be valid. It's a fallacy. I think he saw that, you know, I was a pretty hated figure online, and he wanted to grow this into a drama. What essentially is happening here is that Kyle C is mad that I don't produce his music anymore. I tried to defend his actions, and I tried to support him in the past, but some of these comments are abusive. In 2018, I informed Kyle C that I wouldn't be able to do the things that I've done in the past because I have college and I have to spend all of my time prioritizing what's really important. So what he does is he manipulates me. Every time he tries to order me around and ask me for a new task to do, he'll title the email, "Read this email ASAP, Kyle C's very last request." Here's another one. "One last favor ever, Kyle C." These are just some of the many times that he starts this off with, "This is the last time, I promise." And so, you know, I think the first 4 or 5 times I believed him. I did his stuff and I'm like, okay, you know, I'll be nice because, you know, he's poor, he's sick, can't help it. But at some point it's just like, you know, you said this was gonna be the last time, but I just keep getting these emails and I keep telling him like, this is too much. I can't keep doing this for you. But he didn't care. He just kept messaging me. And at some point, you know, just a few months ago, I had to finally stand up for myself and say, I'm sorry. I can't keep doing this for you. I wish you the best of luck, but I have other things to do. It's funny because as soon as he was featured on the podcast, he emails me and he's like, "Hey, I was on this famous podcast. Are you gonna work on my songs now?" But then he's like, "Oh, I have other producers. Ha, I don't need you anymore." And I'm just like, great, I'm happy for you. Just don't try to make me look like a bad person in front of people. Like, I'm glad you're successful and that's great. Obviously I have other things to do, so I can't be doing your stuff. And if there's other people who can produce your stuff the way you want it, it's perfect. But when you try to drag my name in the mud, that's not something that I can support. You know, I've tried to be friends with you, but when you say this stuff about me, I mean, when you blatantly lie to thousands of people, that's where I take issue. You know, it seemed like almost every day I would go to my emails and there'd be another message from Kyle C being like, "Can you do this one last thing for me? One more thing, please. One more thing." And another thing Kyle C does is he sends me these really manipulative messages and he frames it like he's giving me advice. So he'll send me these emails. Basically this, you know, this inspirational stuff, the stuff that I keep in mind I never asked for. It's unsolicited. You know, it's emails that I never really said, I like these, keep doing these. He just kind of kept sending them to me. Another time he gives me like a business idea. He says, you know, "Oh, I should do this, I should do this." And that's the thing he does. He gives me all of these unsolicited ideas that I never asked for, by the way. And so in the same email, he says, "3 ways you can thank me for my everlasting support as well as my super clever business ideas is by adding amazing auto-tuned sound effects for the MP3 files I asked you to do this for, mailing toilet paper and soap bars to my home address, helping me get a job once you become super famous." He's making me feel like I'm obligated to do these things because he sent me things that I never asked for. It's a weird feeling. Also, it's kind of odd because in all of these emails, he says like, "Oh, you know, you're gonna be super famous," or, "Well, you're my dear talented friend." And here's another one. In public, Kyle C said that my music sucked. So there's 2 possibilities here. One is that my music actually does suck and he was lying to me. And the other possibility is that he's lying to you guys. Either way, he's lying about something and it's not a good look. I am his producer. He has said many times that I am. And I only even made that comment because on the podcast themselves, the people had said, "Hey, I like this Kyle C guy. People should produce his songs."
Someone should put music to this and make it good.
What I think that this is Kyle C knows that people don't like me, so he wants to start drama. And because I'm this, you know, figure, he thinks that he can manipulate people and get away with it. And I'm making this video to prove that no matter how hated I might be, if you make false allegations against me, you're not gonna get away with it. The only reason I'm making this video is because Kyle C spread a lot of hate towards me and I want that hate to stop. Please don't send hate to him. And you know, if you're still siding with him after this video, please don't send hate to me. That's not what I intend. Feel free to take all the information and come to your own conclusions. I just wanted to provide my side to the story. I just have one last request for you. Send this video to yourmomsHousePodcast@gmail.com so that they can see this and put this on their show. I feel like it's only fair that I get to tell my side of the story after all these lies have been spread about me. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Warning, very sad. Why don't I have 1 million subs yet? This isn't fair, give me subs. If you wanted sandwiches you could have just asked. Or you could subscribe to Rose Moulet's channel. I think I'll take the sandwiches.